Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Nick here from the Epic Film Guys, back for another episode of 7 Days to Die. It is day 3 currently in my game, really day like 208. Technically, if you saw my last video, you'll kind of know everything got a little bit messed up. And I'm here at one of my clay mines, and this is actually a clay mine that I completely finished stripping. Well, I've just been filling it in with dirt. Unfortunately, my miscellaneous crafting is still very, very slow. I need to get a couple hits in the quicker crafting perk as well. So I've just spent a lot of time essentially upgrading my mining tools, upgrading my construction tools. See, I got construction tools at level 36, but I needed at 40 to get steel smithing. And, ooh, I can buy another miner 69er, but I think I'm going to wait on this, and I think I'm going to wait and get maybe concrete mixing at least, just so I can have one of the two of these back. But you can see I need 60 points there. What I need to do is I need to go find some zombies. And I need to just go start slaying. We'll go see what we can find here. Gonna head back to the castle. I just actually finished off that clay mine, so that's all done now. And I was digging the tunnel down below my base at night, so just trying to collect resources so I can finish the castle. According to Madmole over at the Fun Pimps, Alpha 16 is probably about 3 to 6 weeks out until we get experimental. So I'm really, really hopeful that we're going to get it that soon, but that also now gives me a time frame for when I need to have the castle done by, or when I at least need to try to have the castle done by. So it's just a matter of getting in there and getting to work on this build. There is still so much stuff to do with this castle in terms of the exterior, in terms of finishing the keep. I still haven't finished that, and it's having some structural integrity problems that I need to fix. So we're going to rush back over to the castle here, and I hate that I run out of stamina so much. I did pick up at least one of the running perks and one of the starvation perks, one of the thirst perks. I picked up all those. Just level 1 for now, so I'm slowly but surely kind of getting back to where I was. But I mean, unfortunately, Alpha 16 will be out well before my character ever reaches that point. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head upstairs and show you what I'm doing with the keep. And then I'll kind of show you what I'm going to need to do in order to fix it. You'll already see here, I added these supports in the corners, and there's 2 more down at the other corners. And that's because the floor above me would not maintain structural integrity. Unfortunately, Flagstone just does not have a very high structural integrity rating. So these walls were actually collapsing, and I showed an image of it in, I believe it was the day 205, a live stream, where this whole thing had collapsed. And you see this? This will not stay there. I can put a block there, but if I step on it, it falls through. So I actually need to kind of figure out a way to fix that as well. And let's get up top here. There we go. Alright, so this is what I got for the top floor of the keep so far. So I was building this, and I was doing everything, but once I started building this wall, it collapsed. So what I need to do is, well, essentially I need to make sure first and foremost that these are above the pillars down below. And see, they're not. This is where the pillars actually are, right here. So I need to move these. These walls are going to come in just a little bit, so the walkway on the outside is going to be a little bit bigger than the one on the inside. And with that, hopefully, because I've got those other supports down below, it'll be enough of an anchor to kind of keep this thing from falling in. And then I may do one more small kind of tower box or whatever on the top of this thing, but I'm not really all that concerned with it. Alright, so let me go ahead and whip. Ooh. Oh yeah, you'll also see here, I do have a mining helmet. Just through the playing of this game, I had amassed a fortune in the casino tokens that they used as currency in the game. So what I did was I took a quick trip up to the trader. I believe it was like morning of day 2. I was like, screw this shit, I need to do something, because I can't be walking around putting torches everywhere. It's annoying, and it's just not the way to do it. So he actually had a ton of good stuff that I purchased. He had a mining helmet that I bought. He had this military armor and these military boots. I'm going to actually guess that these are stuff that I sold him that he actually never got rid of. This I found at the trader as well. This I found at the trader. Oh, just gained another level. It's kind of why I have all these miscellaneous crafting going. Just, I mean, it's like 100 minutes on there, but hey, you take care of all the miscellaneous crafting stuff, and then you don't have to worry about it. You'll just gain some levels that way. So yeah, like I said, I found a lot of this stuff, and this was really, really nice. I blew through, I don't know, probably like $40,000, but I still have like 100,000 just because of all the resources that I've acquired in the game to this point. So It's one of the other saving graces I have found is just my ability to be able to buy stuff. All right, so I'm going to... Is there a torch over here? No, there's not a torch over here. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip away these walls. I'm going to bump them in a little bit. How far over is this here, actually? So no, I don't have anything I can rely. I have the dirt, I guess. So let's see. Let's see. What is this? So 6 is the gap. So then the wall needs to be at 7. So this actually needs to be where some flagstone goes, and then here, and then here, and then down. So it's only going to move over maybe a block or two, all told. But I'm going to go ahead. I've got to run downstairs and get some flagstone, and we're going to chip away those walls. And I'm going to speed through a few sections on this video just to kind of pack as much as I possibly can into this recording. I've got a lot of good stuff coming up later on tonight. I've got a huge megasode that we're recording for the Epic Film Guys podcast. That will be episode 95 if this gets out after that does. Oh, the stairs are over here, Nick. Hello. Yeah, and this is just that one little space, if you remember, that I can't fill, unfortunately. All right, so let me zip through this. Let me get downstairs, get the materials I need, drop some stuff off, and then we'll be back right after this. Alright, well, that's good enough, I guess. Keep missing things with this stupid stone axe. I was going to use this stone axe to go through all this stuff. I'm trying to upgrade construction tools. I'm trying to get that level up a little bit further, but God, that was taking forever. So, yeah, I had to go downstairs and get my actual pickaxe, and that hole was bugging me. So, I don't honestly think I'm going to leave that the way it is, though. Just as I was making the actual flagstone pillar there, I don't know if I like it, because now, go around the side here, you're walking across the top row, and then you want to come into the keep, and oh, boom, there's this big frickin' pillar right here in the way. So I think, and I think I want to give it some contrast, so I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to make some concrete poles, or I could even do cobblestone frame poles. I mean, this will match what's out in the courtyard of the castle, and they'd be relatively small. Or I could just do white, or I could do... I think I will do concrete, though, because I think it'll give kind of a nice contrast. I'm not 100% sure just yet what I want to do, but I don't want to do this. That much I can assure you. So let's get rid of this guy here. And yeah, I stuck all those... I I stuck all those wooden poles. I was going to try to build, like, support beams across the ceiling or something like that, but I know those wood poles don't have any ability to hold a load or anything like that. They have no real ability to do much of anything, so... I think it's just because there's nothing right here where this is. There's nothing underneath this part of the floor to support it, and it's just, like, too far away from everything centrally to be covered. I mean, it's just, there's just a little bit of a ways to go. I gotta grab my regular axe from downstairs to finish chopping that out of there. I actually do... I kind of like how that looks, just going across like that, but now I won't be able to tie it into anything properly if I do it, so... Oh, not that way. There's a lot of work left to be done on the castle, unfortunately. Once I finish the actual structure of the keep, then begins phase 2, which is going to be finishing up the courtyard. And I'll just kind of wander around here and show you some of the projects I want to finish. I want to get this sidewalk to run down here the side of the guardhouse. The guardhouse will actually probably be one of the last things I do. The interior, the exterior is already done, so it looks good. I'm not worried about it right now. I'm more worried about getting the overall aesthetic and kind of look and feel of the castle done without worrying about anything else. And, oh, here's another big thing I need to do, is this hallway. You'll notice there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing back here. And there's no doorway leading to the exterior of the courtyard from the back. I may just do one, I may do two, I'm not 100% sure yet. And I gotta do something with the exterior courtyard of the castle as well. Let's kind of walk out there real quick here. Might be some zombies. Over across the street we can... Okay, wow, V-lag is real, man. I do apologize for that. I'm still kind of ironing out getting the settings back to where they should be after the power supply failure. But yeah, you see, especially the backside of this castle, there is nothing back here at all. And I need to do something. So I may just do some more trees in those boxes like I've got to finish this adobe sidewalk. I do believe I have these adobe plates downstairs. I built them, I just don't think I ever came and put them out here. So I've got to grab those and do those at some point. And I've still got to fill that courtyard area. I got to do something there in front of the guardhouse. I'm not sure exactly. Man, the V-lag is so real. I do apologize. Whew. Man, it must be, I swear to God, my brother-in-law had this thing overclocked. And you can see there's nothing really out in front of the castle here either, so... Alright, and actually, let's go ahead and see what I can do to fix that V-lag. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. We are back. And yeah, I turned the SSAO off. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Not 100% sure, but... Anyway, that's the tour of the castle for the projects that we need to complete. Yeah, that already seems like it's running much, much smoother. Maybe it was just that SSAO. Yeah. These aren't giving me nearly as much graphical issue as they usually do, so... That may just have been the trick. Alright, I need some concrete mix. Oh, I don't have any actual poles. Should I do poles or pillar 50s? Poles or pillar 50s? I think poles. I want it to be small. I want it to be a relatively small imprint, so... Alright, we're actually going to build these on my person. I'm not going to waste my time building them in the workbench. I got to get as many points going as I can for as many things as I can. I could totally do cobblestone frame poles, though. I'm not... I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one, and I'm going to do the other. I'm going to see what they look like. So I think I'll need maybe, like, I don't know, 15 of these. No, that doesn't make sense. I need an even number. And then, you know what? I want to do just a couple of these. And I'll see what these look like on the other side, maybe. And then I guess we can get our cobblestone rocks going again. Yeah, this already seems to be running much, much smoother. So it must have just been the SSAO. So again, I do apologize for that. Like I said, I think my brother-in-law may have had the system overclocked. And I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to preserve the life of this thing. And it's already had a couple of bad malfunctions now, so I'd rather kind of make sure that it's going to stay okay. Alright, so let's see what we've got here. That'd be like right here. So alright, so we need... I want the pole right in the middle. There we go. straight up. And yep, that would be cobblestone block. And now, nothing falling in. Nothing falling in. There we go. Good. Alright, so like I said, I'll go see what that looks like on the other side. These ladders have really got to go. That is driving me nuts. So, I mean, it's a smaller profile. I mean, you still have an obstruction, like, right in the middle of the doorway. I could... You know what I could always do? Of course, I hate building stuff and then making the decision immediately afterward that I don't like what it looks like. Because then I gotta frickin' chip it out of here. This is gonna take forever. So yeah, you know what I could do instead of poles? I'm thinking... Well, I could still do poles or something, or I could still even maybe do flagstone, but instead of putting it right here in the middle of the doorway, I could just have more supports that come up like over here and then meet in the middle there. So I kind of maybe doubling up on the doorway a little bit, if that makes any sense. Or at the very least, I got to do something at the very least, because I don't like it just sitting right in the middle of the doorway. So let's see, that would be right here. So let's do this. I wonder what this is going to look like. See, it's going to make it look weird in terms of the smaller side ones, but I'm not as concerned about that, to be 100% honest. I don't know why I jumped up there. I don't need to. Structural integrity is a bitch. Guess I can't. It's not going to let me do that. There we go. See how that holds up. There we go. So now, if I do that, and I could also do, I could just make it basically like another doorway on the inside here. And let's make sure I can actually step, and I can leave those wooden poles there too, because those wooden poles can just kind of go from there and be a decorative touch going over on the other side. So yep, see, let's see. Nothing falling in. Still nothing falling in, so that's good. So that's going to hold in terms of structure. And what I could even do is I could even close this up and make it look a little bit different. Yeah, I could make it look a little bit different in terms of closing it out too. Because I thought about doing poles, but if I do poles, I run into the same problem where that one specific block isn't going to be supported. Now, maybe the structural integrity would work if I put poles up, maybe like on these two blocks here, right there and right there. So maybe if I ran it up the side there, then that one block in the middle would hold, because then it's got the extra stability coming up from the floor. I do believe that would work, but I mean, then again, you're just stuck with two poles right in the middle of the floor. And I don't know, like I said, I could box this off. I could just do like an extended entranceway into this level of the keep, where I close this entire thing off, and then you get in here, and then yeah, it's got the little rooms off to the side there, so you can still get in here and whatnot, and then we'll have the little decorative touches there on the ceiling. I do believe that's what I'm going to do. This makes me mad, though, that you can't center that to lay it along the ceiling like that. But whatever, I do believe this is what I'm going to stick with here for the final design. We'll mess with that later. I'm not really concerned about it right now. I want to get back to work on the next level of the keep. We are approaching nighttime at day 3. And we'll have a 7th day horde coming pretty soon. I don't think I'm ever going to change the time again. I used to drop it down to 60 minutes for horde nights. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. Especially not for like day 7. Because day 7 is going to be a joke. No cops, no ferals, no dogs even, I don't think. I mean, it's going to be a joke. So I'm really, really not concerned with it. So, alright, I'm going to speed through this part as well. And we're going to build up these walls here. And I believe I need to get these to be, what? These are 7, I think. 7 to the flat top. Oh, that's not the exit. See, this is why these ladders have got to go. Ooh, I'm now level 21. Alright, so yeah, so let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's the flat top. 7 is going to be the ceiling, so yeah, I got to do 7. Alright, so let me speed through this, and hopefully we will not have any collapses. Now, see, that's exactly what happened last time. I don't know if it did it in the same exact place it did it last time. But the issue is, it's just that Flagstone just does not have enough structural support. If this was built out of concrete or something, this would not be an issue. So I wonder if I go over, if I make the wall one complete structure. So let's see here. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. If I can somehow make the wall a complete structure. I'm overheating, apparently, whatever. Will it still collapse? And, yep, the whole wall is going to go down. Just that one little section, though. Which means that we need the support underneath here as well. Because it's not going to support it. It's not going to hold it up. So yeah, even still, we're still going to end up getting stuck with that little gap there. So let me go. I'm just going to chip a hole right through the floor here. So I know right where I need to go for this support. I don't care. Alright, so this is where it needs to be, is right there. Yeah, that's where it needs to be, is right there. And I wonder if I couldn't do something decorative from the ceiling to make that work again. But I think the problem is that this floor of the keep, this whole area, I think that this block gap is just too much, because we've got what? I think, let's see. You know what? That should work, though. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This has a load of 6. The Flagstone does. See, its max load is 72. It's got a mass of 12, so it should be able to hold 6 blocks out from it. The problem is, I think there's just too much weight on top of it, and it's kind of compounding the effect. And let me tell you, you learn a lot about structural integrity when you try to build structures like this, especially out of materials like this. And yeah, it's just one of those things. So my real conundrum here then is what to do about this whole structural integrity issue. Can I just run like a support beam from here across? Well, I know that there's a gap there, so that might not have helped because of the gap. So I don't think that'll make a difference, though, because there's still nothing there. Now let's get it out of there. What I'm going to end up having to do, and I don't want to do it, but I'm just going to end up having to do it anyway, and I may end up taking this archway thing out, who knows. But what I'm going to end up having to do, unfortunately, is building a series of posts all the way through this floor. Yeah, come on down. Get down here. I actually like letting Flagstone turn into gravel, because it turns into it pretty frequently when it collapses, and you get sand out of it as well. You just get a little bit of stone out of it when you don't do that. I may still leave this archway here. I kind of like the idea of the archway, but I believe what I'm going to end up being stuck with is a bunch of pillars right in the middle of my floor. I don't think that there's a way to get around that. So that would put a pillar right here, which is kind of odd because it's off-centered from that thing, which is also annoying. But I don't want to do that. That might collapse on its own. No. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, right, 1 block from the bottom. You son of a bitch. Ah, come on. Get out of here. All right. Booyah. Now that should hold fine now. And that's actually going to test the theory that I had about the poles right there as well. Because I think that'll hold fine. Alright. This has just been one of those fickle bitch kind of things. Because it's not that I don't understand the structural physics of this game. The issue is I want to give the castle a certain aesthetic look. I don't want to have a bunch of support pillars going everywhere. But unfortunately, I'm kind of handicapped by the game engine because this is what I can do. And that's still collapsing. So that still won't hold that. Even with that extra pillar on the one side there. That still will not hold that. So we're still getting boned no matter what we do. It's that one block there in the middle. And yeah, I'm just going to have to get back down below, and I'm going to have to add another pillar in there. And what I may do is just, I don't know. I've got to think of a cool way to do it so it doesn't look bad aesthetically, so it still looks kind of pleasing, but at the same time is also performing the function that I need it to. Because I like the idea, if I have to have a pillar, right here in the middle of the thing is fine. I'm fine with it being right there, but... See, and then, yeah, this is how small this gap is, and even that won't help support that. That tiny little bit there, and then that wall is right there. And even that... no, it's right here on the other side, I'm sorry. But even still, it still will not... That's a good question. That's a good call, Nick. Why don't we, instead of screwing around with that shit, so I have to make it off-center and everything... I believe this is centered? Yes, it is. Let's do this. And what I may have to do is I may have to extend these pillars down into the first floor to really anchor this on solid ground. Because then it's going to change the whole structural integrity game of the castle. Because these pillars are still just nothing. They're still anchored on nothing. So, alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're just going to move the wall in one more block. And see what it does. And let me actually go ahead and zip through this. I've got to tear some of these blocks out of here, so hang on. Trying to minimize the use of this pickaxe as much as I can because I don't want it to break or lose its condition. Alright, so I actually intentionally built this wall even a block higher just to see if the wall would actually hold up if I left it in another block, and it actually does. So that's perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to just move this wall in as well. And I'm going to chip away some of these blocks on the outside here. I'm going to go ahead and buzz through this as well, and, well, let's hope for no collapse here. Alrighty. So here we go. Here's the true test. Yeah, this wall's only 4 high for now, so let's see if we can do this here now. Okay, so what I may do is I may just extend those pillars all the way to the ground floor. And yeah, look at that. Perfect. Alright, let's finish this section of the keep. What do you say? Now, see, I got the wall up to one point, but yeah, these supports downstairs need to be extended all the way down to ground level, which I hope that doesn't interfere with that table I've got down there, because that'll make me really mad. I'm actually going to go right through the floor again, because it's the easiest way down, let's be honest. Oh, leg sprain now. Shout out to JC. Here goes the leg breaking right now. Boom. Oh, nope, landed on the table. Which does suck because I'm now going to have to change this entire floor. Oh. Son of a bitch. I mean, I guess I don't have to. I guess I can just leave those right where they are. And, well, these are going to take forever to chop through. Yep. Alright, fast forward. Okay. Alright, well, now these torches aren't aligned on the ceiling, and I think this is centered in the room, though, because I was thinking maybe I could build another one of these kind of four-way pillars, but yeah, no, those are centered in the room, so I can't do that. So what I may do is I may just stick some ramps along this to make it decorative somehow. I really don't know. Is this centered in this part of the ceiling over here? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. No, so we're going to end up having to tear that down and moving it over one block too, just because I want it to be centered in that one section there. Alright, and I'm going to guess I'll go from the top down. I don't want to screw anything up over there. But we're going to have to do the same thing over here. Put that block back there. But yeah, it's going to be much the same story right here. Right under the table. Boop. Not far enough to break the leg just yet, so we're still just sprained. So yeah, that'll come down right here. And let's skip through this again. Yeah, these lights still bother me, but we'll deal with that later. I'm not going to worry about it right this minute. It's not something I want to do, but what I may end up having to do is just taking all of them down and recentering them underneath over the table, I should say, and then centering this one over here in between that and the wall, just for aesthetics. I mean, as I said, with the whole top level of the keep there, it's all about making it look aesthetically pleasing. And I mean, I do like the 5 over it, so maybe what we'll do is we'll condense that into 4, and then we'll just be able to kind of count out the gaps there between it, and it'll all look nice in the end once I get it all done. But even so, why didn't I grab a splint while I was downstairs? I ought to do what JC does and just have a bundle of splints on me at all times for when I inevitably break or sprain my leg, because it happens all the time. Alright, now I don't have a way to get up here, so let's just do this. The biggest thing that this reset has killed for me is, number one, the amount of time it takes for my tools to go through anything, because I need to get more of my perks. And just, let's see how we do now. Still collapses, are you kidding me? I'm officially flummoxed. I officially, because that's anchored to the ground now. That's directly on the ground. And this wall is straight above that ground. Literally straight above it. So if I couldn't, I mean, this can't be the game ceiling. I mean, look how high the apartment building is that's next door. It's right there. You can see how much higher that is, even just the base apartment building, or that's the hotel over there, that are just way higher than the base level of this. So it can't be that I've reached the game ceiling or anything like that. I wonder if there's just a maximum height to which you can build with certain types of materials. I'll tell you what, I don't know, but it's starting to get really frustrating because I don't know how to fix that now. Now that wall, see, this is also the thing that kills me, is this wall is the same height and it's not going anywhere. That wall's fine. It was fine without the support going to ground level down below it. So it's just one of these things where I have to believe it's got to be some kind of glitch in the game. I can't believe that it has anything to do with me building anything here. Because it doesn't make sense for that to be the case. It really, really doesn't. Well, let's go back up here again. It just does not make sense for that to be the case. It can't be the case. And now I'm stuck in here. Come on. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of go around here and just place the rest of these blocks, and I'll see what I can maybe do about this a little bit later here. So just hang with me. I'm going to fast forward through this as well. See, now again here, now this wall is at maximum height, and still no collapse. And I'm willing to bet you anything I could take that support out and it still wouldn't go anywhere. And you'll also notice, while I had to build the support there to hold up that one piece of the floor over on the other side, I never ever had to do that over here. No blocks have ever fallen out of that side. It's one of those things where I just don't think the game is calculating it properly, or whatever the case may be. I'm really not sure, but it's getting kind of frustrating. I'm still making flagstone blocks, which I need, so that's good. Between all the clay and stone that I have, and all the cobblestone and flagstone I have now, I actually should be able to finish construction of the castle structure itself. Oh, uh-oh, we're getting hungry. So let's get everything else, literally everything else, but that one section of that wall done. And we'll kind of see. No, see, even that end of it falls. So it's just this wall. This wall does not want to stay here. And I'm flabbergasted. I just don't understand why. If anybody else has any theories about it, please hit me up in the comments section. Let me know what you think. But I do not get why it will not stay here. I just don't get it. Because it should be perfectly good to go, theoretically. And I guess we might as well not chance anything, not waste any more of these blocks. Let's look how much sand I have. I have a 248 sand. That's all from gravel I've destroyed from flagstone collapsing. Some of it was intentional, mind you, but even still. Now let's finish building up this wall. And what I may actually do is what the hell, let's stick some supports in this thing and build a ceiling and see if maybe that'll help it. I just don't get it. That wall will not stay there. And like I said, this is built exactly the same way on the other side. There's nothing else special about this side whatsoever. And it just won't stay there. How big of a gap is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see, that's 8 blocks total. So I actually should be able to put a ceiling on this without any kind of supports, because, again, flagstone holds a weight of 6. Or a weight of 72, I should say. Max load is 72. So this I should be able to build a ceiling all the way across this. Gonna kind of be careful about it. We're gonna go half and half. Yep, there's 4 blocks on that side, and then we'll do the rest from the other side. But yeah, the walls should be close enough together to be able to hold this up without any supports in the middle of it now. Although I will have to build supports. That's why I left those wood frames down there as long as I did. That's where the supports are down below here. And we're going to keep building that up through, because that's where the final room is going to go up top, I believe. Not 100% sure yet. Depends on what I can do about this wall over here, because, I mean, like I said, I just feel like it's a case of the game is just not calculating it properly, or there's just some kind of bug in the block physics right there. Oh, that actually got further than I thought it was going to. Look at that. See that, though? Well, because it's the rest of the ceiling's also supporting it. You want to watch what's going to happen. I'm going to get all the way over to the end or something, and this whole ceiling's going to cave in. Ah, man. Finishing this castle has been a trial. Eventually, it'll piss me off to the point where I'm just going to say, fuck it. The top of the keep is just going to be a big flat open area above the second floor, and it'll be done. If I can't get the structure of it to fill out properly. Even if I have to double up the wall or something on the outside there, I'll do it. If it means that this goddamn thing will hold up. It's almost as if, I don't know, like there's something there impeding with it, or blocking it, or whatever the case may be. I'm not sure, unfortunately, but... And look at this. Look at how easily this ceiling goes in. And we haven't had any issues. Not a single issue with any structural stability. Because again, like I said, I know my structural... I mean, I've built this whole castle. I've built so many other structures in this game. I know my structural integrity limits. At least I'm pretty sure I do. Let's see how this piece of the ceiling goes, because we're getting close to that wall now. So now I'm kind of intrigued to see what's going to happen when we get out here. I'm going to build that final row, basically everything but that wall, and then I'm going to just try to fill it in and see if everything will support it. But what I'm worried about is, when I do that, it's going to take the ceiling with it when it goes down. Let's see. Let's just build this first. Get this row in. This row should go in fine. Alright, that row's in. Next row. That row's in fine. Alright, so let's get the corner pieces on. Alright, what do you guys think? Will it hold? Literally everything else is done about this level of the keep except for that one piece. So let's see. Got those two in. Got those two in. We have 6 blocks left to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Look at that. V-leg, V-leg. Look at that. So now it's holding. So the ceiling, the structural integrity is such that the ceiling is what is holding that up there. That is fucking amazing to me. Well, break that leg. Oh, still isn't broken, but I am pretty low on health, unfortunately. Better actually stop messing around with that. You watch me to take these wood frames away, it's gonna be like, nope, thud. I've got to say, I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. Get this in here, get that in there. The only thing is I was gonna do some more doorways on the ends here. I was gonna open that up. I don't know if I can, though. I don't know if it'll hold. Why don't I... I did bring the ramps with me. Okay, so let's do the ramps in the corners first. Now let's get these bad boys in here first. This is just going to provide extra structural stability. Booyah. And we'll get this guy in here too. We'll go do the other side here real quick as well while we're at it. Because I want it to be open. I want a nice open design all the way around the top here. And if you don't have doorways that lead out, what the hell good is it? I bet you I could take those supports out now that are holding up those walls down below, and it wouldn't even bat an eye. Am I going to? That's another question entirely, because I don't want to cause massive structural collapse in the castle. So, beautiful. All right, so let's see here. How many blocks is this wide now? This is barely, it's only 5 blocks, I think. Yep, so it'll be basically from right here. We need a 12 block box, so let's fast forward. Well, I gotta say, I wasn't sure if it was gonna hold. I wasn't sure if it was gonna even stay there, but it did. And yeah. Alright, well, let's go ahead and I'm going to knock out this other side here as well. Might as well get it built over here as well. So hang on while I zip through this. Alright, well, there we go. That is that. And like I said, these are where the supports are down below, so I don't want to mess that up. So we're going to leave that right where it is. Problem is I can't get up top now, so I need... Well... Let's just put a hole here. And we're going to put a hole kind of all the way around where the 4 supports are. I honestly, with as much trouble as this section was to build, because this is like the second attempt I've actually made at building this full thing. And... it was supposed to be a little bit longer than it is. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, as you saw. So, now we've managed to condense it all in. And we've managed to get everything else working properly. So, I may still do some kind of top piece to this. But I'm not 100% sure just yet. So, alright, let me... Well, alright, I guess I gotta cancel the cobblestone. I usually bring more wood frames with me than this, but I was just trying to avoid canceling that cobblestone build because I know it sits here and hangs for a hot minute while it's like, alright, we gotta figure out how to do this. Actually, I can scrap these cobblestone frames. I actually didn't end up needing those. And the concrete poles we'll just save in case we need them for something else later. Alright, so let's go ahead and build some wood frames. This, I think, 10 should do it. And then we'll get back to our cobblestone rocks. Actually, no, you know what? We're going to build some more flagstone first. Let's do just another 500 of this. Or 501. There we go. And you notice my miscellaneous crafting is already something like level 60 on day 3. But that's kind of the benefit of, you know, the map still being here after the power supply died and the game reset. Is it's, you know, I've got all this material that I can turn into stuff and just use in crafting. So it's kind of way easier than it would be in a normal game setting. Where you're like, oh my god, I've got to go collect all these resources. I have no resources and it just takes forever. And I don't have that problem, fortunately. And I'm going to get thirsty here in a hot minute. Well, let's get up top, and we're actually going to finish doing the little decorative blocks that go around the outside edge of this. So first thing I need to do is I need to count here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's perfect. That's an odd number. So we'll just do 1, 2, 2, 2, and like so. I like to fill in the edges completely, just like that. All right, let me buzz through this here for you, okay? All right, and there we go. All right, so let's get over. I think we'll go over onto the entrance of the... I'm going to die is what I'm going to end up fucking doing. Oh, my good lord. Let's get down below, and let's drink some water. Let's eat some food. Let's get a splint on that leg. And wrong way. Wrong way as always. I really need to do something about those ladders. I really don't think I need these. I think I'm going to take them out of here and then rebuild those tables. Which means I'm going to go need to farm my chrysanthemums. Ooh, it's nighttime. Man, the days fly by when you've got a ton of building projects to do. They seem to take forever in the early part of the game when you're just grinding for resources. It's like, oh my god, can I sit here and whack these fucking rocks any more than I already am? Drives me absolutely crazy. There we go. So let's get that leg splinted. Alright, and the leg never broke, which I'm actually kind of surprised about. I'm really, really surprised that it never broke that entire time. And why is it taking so long to open my menu? I think I need to change my recording style in OBS, because I've decided to go lossless. Yeah, that'll only take 8 minutes to heal. I decided to go lossless with quality because I want to upload the best quality videos that I possibly can. But I think what it's doing is it's giving me massive, massive file sizes, and it's chewing up so much disk space at once that it's just causing a little bit of a hiccup in the system. So I think I'm actually going to dial that back just a little bit, because the quality's not really exponentially great or anything like that. If you compare, I believe the day 1 video was the first video I did lossless. If you compare that to, say, the day 205 live stream or something like that, I don't really think it's that much of a difference. So I'm going to have to fix that, and it may be that. It may be still some of the video settings might be a little bit too high. Even though I don't want to dial anything else back, I like having the textures at full resolution. I like being able to see all the details that the Fun Pimps have worked and put into this world. So I don't want to have to dial that back if I don't have to. Ooh, health and stamina cap increase, so my health is now at 107. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over to the entrance of the castle. This is pretty much where the video is going to end, right after I get this snapshot here. But I do want to thank everybody who is watching, who has commented on my videos, likes, shares, subscribes. I love all you guys. Thank you very, very much. Oh my god, I've got to get that stack of wood blocks out of there. That just looks crap. So we cannot have this. It just looks totally unprofessional. Totally unprofessional. And we strive for professionalism here in the zombie apocalypse. You know what? Why don't I see what happens when I take this out? I just want to see. Nothing. Just like I thought. Wait, was that a block crashing down? No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. So yeah, I didn't think I needed this here, and I was correct. I'm just glad I didn't have to take out one of these hanging lamps here. I'll just have to rebuild some tables. I think I took out 9 tables, so 18 tables I need. And that's pretty much it. I didn't have anything else that I took out. So that's pretty nice. I will definitely take that and count that in the win column. This. My pickaxe is unfortunately pretty dwindled down. I'm going to have to build a couple of steel pickaxes and merge it with this one. And, you know, hope for the best there. Let's head upstairs. I will think of a good solution to these ladders, guys, I promise. See, now the only real question is, can I get rid of these supports? These are the ones that really, really get my goat. I wonder if I can get rid of those now, too. Why don't, you know what? Why don't we try it? We're not going to know until we try, right? Okay, that fell, but nothing else fell. Just that block. So I think we may be okay, guys. The real test will be once we get up top, we'll go step on stuff and see if it falls down when I step into it. Like that one hole did, like I got to build that archway over there. I still never built an archway on this side to compensate for it. Let's see what happens here. See, this one doesn't even do anything. This one's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Still working on getting torches all through the rest of the castle as well, so we need to get more torches going here. I've actually got a bunch of torches up top that I could probably end up getting rid of. Speaking of which, yeah, there we go. That's perfect. That is perfect. So now we've got the nice open floor like we like. How we doing structurally up here? Nothing fell down, right? Are we still here? I've had stuff collapse after the fact. I've come back. Like my garden in the army base that I built on top of one of the houses is a perfect example. Structurally, it was perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. Never went anywhere. I left, I came back, and when I came back, it was collapsed. It was perfectly fine before I left. And like I said, I don't know if just the plants themselves have a little bit of weight to them, or, you know, I used sod, so maybe because the sod kind of took on that characteristic where it can be tilled with the hoe after you plant a crop in it the first time. Maybe that had something to do with it. I just really don't know. Let me get all these torches here. We'll figure out. I'm just going to mimic the window style that I've got going in the rest of the keep for this level of it as well. Let me actually go up top really quick here. Ooh, level 23. Gotta love those quick levels, boys and girls. Yeah, this is the one, the real test. I want to go and run around over on this thing and see if it falls. But I think now it's all in place structurally, so I don't think it's going anywhere. Yeah, it's good. We are good to go. Alright, so let me... Now we're going to go take that snapshot. Whew! This ending of this video would have a lot different tone if all that stuff had fallen down, let me tell you. Oh, I would not have been a happy camper. But that's okay. We did not have structural collapse. Everything went better than expected, I think, in the end, even though I got to rebuild some pieces of my table. That's okay. That's just wooden chrysanthemums. I've got a huge garden. That's not a problem. Alright, so now let's get up top here. Whoop. Ooh, level 22 athletics for not being able to climb a ladder properly. Alright. I may actually wait. I may actually take a different snapshot in the daytime once I cut some windows into this. But for now, we are going to go ahead and call this a video. So, let's switch to a different... What can we put in our hand here? It's not going to be that big. I think the wood frame will actually be fine. Yep, because it's just a tiny little thing in the hand. So let's go ahead, and that is a good snapshot for today. That is some good work completed there on the keep. The keep is now the tallest point in the castle, which is awesome. It's going to look great. I'm going to go actually over on top of the apartment building, take another snapshot of it from over there. I think it'll look even better. But like I said, please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you very, very much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate all the support. Please check us out for the Epic Film Guys podcast. We drop a new episode every single Thursday talking about literally anything and everything under the sun. We do film, we do comedy, we do it all. We have an absolutely great time. So until next time, this is Nick from the Epic Film Guys saying peace.